In his first episode of his new podcast, another big figure in your party, California Governor Gavin Newsom, brought on Republican strategist Charlie Kirk, who then asked Newsom about the debate over transgender athletes. Let's take a listen to a little bit of that conversation.
Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness.
So
it's deeply unfair. I revere sports, and so the issue of fairness is completely legit.
Senator, do you agree with Governor Newsom?
Well, look, I think, you'll have to talk to Mr. Newsom and his podcast, and we're all talking about it now because it's, good controversy. For me, I grew up playing 3 seasons of sports. In Michigan, sports is like our religion, right? I wouldn't be here, I think, without the leadership training that I got in women's sports. But for me, it's like, let the local community figure this out, right? In Michigan, we have a process in place where if someone who's born a boy wants to play in women's sports, you have to get a waiver. We've had it happen 2 times in our entire state. So let the local communities, just like everything with schools, handle that issue. For me, though, I think, this issue is being sort of brought up in order to make sparks and see sparks fly.
Wow. I don't believe she played any sports. If you're furthest, I don't believe that you play sports because you truly
now
can't make that
Democrats
argument.
believe in local government, but when they said let the local governments decide on abortion,
That's insane.
This is sad, bro. These people are sick.
First, what did you think about Newsom sitting down with Charlie Kirk? But more importantly, do you agree with those in your party who say it is time for Democrats to have a different approach to transgender issues?
Well, first of all, I agree that we should be broadening our reach and talking to people we haven't been talking to. I'm not sure that I would start with Charlie Kirk. But I also think, as I was mentioning earlier, that we need to keep the focus on what matters most to the American people, and that is the economy. We need to be talking to people about how we're going to improve their quality of life.
Jackass.
How we can make sure that if they're working hard, they're earning a good living. To the degree that we get away from focusing on those things, I think it's a mistake. In terms of the particular issue that the governor was talking about, look, I played in sports. Our kids played in sports. I want all young people to have the experience of playing in sports. Every young person, and I want those sports to be fair. I want those sports to be safe.
No, you don't.
And I have confidence that local schools and local communities can make those decisions without the federal government making them for them.
But is he right on that? Is he right on that?
I think to the degree, though, I think as a political matter,
are full of shit.
that we remove the focus from where most Americans are concerned, and that is they're concerned about their ability to provide for their family. Wow. I think to the degree that we get away from that, that's a mistake.
Wow.
You don't answer the question. They're trying to use the same argument.
You are such a weak man if you can't say that men is not allowed to be in women's sports, bro. We got to be realistic.
Now Democrats believe in local government.
And they claim they want to protect women.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Y'all don't care. Y'all literally don't care. And then y'all vetoed the bill that Trump pushed forward, his executive order. Like, what is wrong with y'all,
Yeah,
bro?
they act like it's not a big deal, but then y'all took it as far as to veto it. So it was a big deal to y'all.
You made on X sounds like you might disagree with where Governor Newsom is on this. You've urged your party to get more in line with America, where they are on the issues. So what about this one?
Well, Shannon, I'm always a straight shooter, so I'll tell you where I stand. I know many of your viewers will disagree with it, but I was perplexed by the governor because Governor Newsom supported, along with Jerry Brown, a law in California in 2013 that's been on the books for 10 years. And that law says that trans kids do get to participate in sports, K through 12. And we have a California Intercollegiate Federation that sets the standards to balance the inclusion of trans kids with fairness and safety. And so I guess I didn't understand what the governor was saying. And for a decade, he's supported this law. It's still the law on the books. Is he saying we need to repeal that law? I believe that law has worked in California, and I don't think there should be a federal ban, and we should have these state athletic associations like the California Intercollegiate Federation set the standards so that you balance inclusion with fairness and safety.
Well, that is a political evolution a lot of folks are having these days. So we'll follow the conversation within your party and more broadly.
It's crazy because they're only arguing for one side. Like, we're not going to see no woman being forced to start for a men's basketball team.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Like, what is wrong with these fucking people, bro? Like, this make me outraged to really think that they're really fighting hard for this. This is sick.
I know that they know the truth.
It's like we have so much going on in the world, and we're actually like stuck at 2+2. Like, that's insane. Like, our politicians are really fighting for something as simple.
She's evil for that, bro.
As this.
And then they call Trump a bad person, bro.
I
That's
don't
crazy.
believe. I genuinely. This is one of the ones I don't believe that they believe. Like, whenever it comes to like racial issues and stuff like that, I think that they really, believe that black people are oppressed and all these things. But when it comes to this, they don't believe this. They do not believe that men and women can compete equally in sports. They don't. I know that they don't, because a 5-year-old could tell you that.
City law enforcement, local law enforcement, they are always going after crime. And they don't say, oh, you committed a murder? Oh, but you're an immigrant? Well, let me let you go, right? So they are always focused on crime. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so that's why I wanted to point out, don't give me this fake outrage about criminals roaming our streets when you guys stand 10 toes down for the biggest criminal that we have ever seen go into the White House.
According to Google, it says it's a crime to enter the U.S. illegally. It's if you are deported and you re-enter, it's a federal felony that can be punished up to 20 years in prison.
But they're not putting nobody in prison.
Nigga, we can't go to another nigga country without no paperwork.
Bro, I couldn't go to Cameroon,
buddy.
I could not go to Cameroon without
That was
a
no reason to say
paperwork,
the
bro.
N-word. We wasn't talking about niggas, bro.
We say it all the time, bro.
I'm sorry. We can't even go into another person's country without having paperwork.
No, we can't go into third world countries in Africa without paperwork.
I ain't trying to hear
Every time you see Tom Homan on Fox News, every time you see Kristi Noem, every time you see these law enforcement officials doing flashy television interviews, understand that they are taking resources away from looking at human trafficking. They are taking attention and focus and real dollars and real resources away from actual drug enforcement, trafficking enforcement, actually going after and actually trying to investigate really harmful activity that is happening. And so it's harmful in every aspect. Every time you see Tom,
I swear, I see why people become radicals, bro. When you see some shit like this, like
this bad, man.
Closing the border. First of all, y'all didn't want to close the border. Majority of the drugs that she was talking about came from the border.
No, we need to pull up
The
this
increase
article
of
right now.
human sex trafficking came because the border was open.
Bro, we know that over...
It's still slavery in this world right now.
Yeah, but we
Sex
know...
trafficking is slavery.
We know that over 200,000 children went missing under the Biden administration.
On their arms, remember?
Yeah.
So it's really nothing to even talk about there. It's just pure evil for her to even said that. Because now that Trump is in office, literally the crossing of the border is down, I think, 99%.
Yeah, it is.
So if people can't cross the border,
they're not deporting
guess what? Human trafficking is stopping. So that means it's not stopping completely,
slowing down.
Exactly, it's slowing down because a lot of it was going through the border. So if he stopped it, a lot of it has stopped.
Didn't the Border Patrol agent come out and say, literally, we know for a 100% fact that there are sex trafficking through this, and we can't do anything about it because Biden will not let us.
Yes.
So for her to
when
say
we was
that,
at the border, they was
asinine.
breaking everything down to us. Insane how bad this is.
Nah, bro. This is the stuff that makes me think that they want this to happen, and they maybe have hands in it, and it's evil because sex trafficking is like a huge, people make a lot of money off of that. Yeah.
It's too easy to have fun with this. But, Michael, this is scary shit, pardon me, on a Sunday morning. In Lindsey Graham there, a United States Senator, you don't joke about that.
Right.
Trump's what, 78, 79 years old? I have no doubt that if Trump could, he would try to run again. I think, Michael, the biggest failure of all of us during this Trump era has been the failure of imagination. We have not imagined how bad and how low he'd go. He tried to overthrow an American election 4 years ago. I have no doubt that he could try to stop the midterm elections. If he's physically able, he may try to run again in 28. This is really scary.
Imagination.
I ain't gonna lie.
He just said Trump gonna run again.
I'd be mad as hell.
He just said Trump gonna run again. Serious face on TV.
The person who's watching.
I won't be opposed to voting in.
This is absolutely insane, bro. I thought they were actually gonna get better, but it seems as if they might be getting a tad bit worse.
I wish I could get featured on one of these panels.
Oh, they're
How fast you think they'll kick me off if I tell one of them to shut the fuck up?
They're spiraling
If I
down.
said if they said something stupid like that, and I just said shut the fuck up, you fucking idiot.
Well, it'll be a
Verbatim.
truthful statement.
Verbatim.
The first truthful thing we heard.
The person who's watching, who just heard you say Donald Trump is not standing up for Ukraine. What do you say to the person who says, well, I don't care about Ukraine. I want Donald Trump to stand up for America. What do you say to them?
I don't know where you got that. I mean, I don't have time for it.
Yes, but we hear it. We hear it.
Here's the thing. Where did you grow up? Did you grow up in a place where you thought the Russians were the good guys? What part of America did you grow up in where they taught you the Russians were the good guys and our allies were the bad guys? That's the flip here that we need to continue to remind people. The Russians are the bad guys. They're raping women. They're killing children. They're bombing cities. The Ukrainians are the noble good guys. In some ways, they're more American than we are over the last couple of years. And we must stand with them in the same way we stood with the Allies in World War II and since this country was founded. This is not just about Ukraine. This is about the core and the integrity of American values. And that's what he's also betraying. Not just Ukraine. He's betraying America.
That's the worst channel.
If I was on this panel, I would say shut the fuck up, you bald bitch.
He said
dead to his face.
He said another country that was a part of the USSR.
They're more American than us.
Than America.
Oh yeah, the place where they're persecuting political opponents, putting Christians in jail.
Literally.
When the war broke out, they kicked 15,000 Africans off the train and made them walk in a war zone. But they're more American than us. F- Ukraine,
bro.
Bitch.
Ukraine played America.
We should have known.
That's what I got to say.
We should have known once we seen all them Congress women and men was waving another foreign nation flag.
Hey,
in
bro,
our Capitol
there's
building,
no.
bro.
There, I
That's a
think
problem, bro.
anybody who.
And I think most of the time in war, there's always two sides. It's not like they're all bad and they're all good. I don't think that's definitely not the case.
We're talking about a country that we're supposed to defend that has suspended all elections. So now Zelensky is technically a dictator. Yeah, he's
what they're
definitely a king and a
claiming
dictator.
that Trump's gonna do.
Yeah,
but we should help their king.
They're snatching their citizens off the street. They
because that's how we do it in America.
They had 15,000 African over there abroad in school, and they kicked their black asses off the train, made them walk in a war zone. Yeah,
I'm
they
done
did
with
that.
this crap.
They did that.
Yeah,
they also persecuted Christians. And they have,
that's where that's where we had.
They
to
have
draw the line.
real Nazi supremacists in their country. Oh, but they're more American than us.
JD went over there and told them, we don't stand for some of the stuff that you guys are doing in y'all country, and we're a part of NATO, and we're paying the most in NATO, and we want some minerals in Ukraine, and you guys are playing us, and we're not getting those minerals. That's a problem.
Bro,
so we got played.
Just the fact that we have people going so hard for a foreign nation in our own country, it's
That's
just crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why are we fighting to go to war? We'll start World War III for another country.
After this statement,
Exactly.
MSNBC should be officially canceled. He just played in America's face, bro. That's insane. Saying another country more.
Yeah,
American
I already
than
looked this up the other day. I forgot, but MSNBC, their ratings are down 42%. So the numbers speak for themselves.
Bro, we really watch Congress people I don't really think people really believe this because I actually seen people say
make my
Ukraine
blood
border is our border.
No, they believe it because the media tells them, but people don't realize that the media will dead ass lie to your face.
But those was
makes my
Congress,
blood boil.
those Congress people though.
But guess what though?
Yeah.
They have a degree for this.
Yeah, you got
Degrees
a degree in
don't mean
journalism. You got a degree in writing papers and talking.
Some people really
Degrees
fought,
means you can obey.
they fought all their life for a journalism degree, and they're experts at this.
That you just obeyed. You obeyed.
I guarantee you, all
That's
of
their
us could go
argument
out there and
though.
do this shit.
People been saying, what are they?
We're doing it right now. We're sitting here doing it right now.
We are, but you know, they're
And
more
we get more
qualified.
views than them. So we 4 niggas at home.
Well, we're kind of qualified. We got the little degree they always argue about.
None
got
of
the
us degrees in
journalism, bro.
None of us did any degree in journalism.
Well, we had to take some of them classes in
He has a
communication
degree in
classes.
media moving arch. That's close enough.
Okay, whatever. I got
Anyways, guys, I'm done with this crap.
Degrees
It's
don't
too
mean
bad,
shit.
bro.
I'm sorry.
This is getting
Down.
We're going.